Hi, my name is Dominique Bannister and I am going to teach you guys today how to paint this. So we are going to paint our little gnome with our little heart-shaped balloons for Valentine's Day. So we're going to start by drawing, and we are going to draw a nice oval right here. So I'm going to draw it. Just like that, little oval. All right. The next step is we're going to extend the lines out to the side, like that. All right, so this is what we should have so far. And then we are going to draw, they look like two upside down J's, and we're going to connect them to make our gnome hat. So I'm going to go up and over. I'm going to take this line and go up and over and have them meet at a point. All right, so that's step one. Okay, so now we are going to draw his beard. So it's basically like an upside down triangle, but not as sharp lines. So we're gonna round out the lines. So I'm gonna go down and down like that. So it should look like this. And then we're gonna draw his arms and his body. So we have one arm that is bent and we have one arm that's straight. And you're gonna wanna put the bent arm on the side with more space. So we're gonna go down and up like that. So you're gonna draw like a V and then a line outwards like that. Looks like a little mountain. And then we're gonna go back down and back up into the body. So it looks like a big check mark kind of. And then from that little point right here, we're gonna go down and make his lower half. We're gonna go down like that. And then on the other side, you're just gonna draw a straight line down, draw across, draw back up, and then finish off his body. I hope this is all making sense. Now we're gonna add his hands. And so for his hands, you're just gonna draw little half circles like this, okay? On both ends, you're just gonna draw a little half circle like that. Alrighty? Now for the balloons, which is the fun part, because you can make as many balloons as you want. If you only want him to have one balloon, go for it. 5 balloons, go for it. I'm gonna go with 4 balloons because that's what I drew yesterday. So you're just gonna draw 4 hearts. So I'm gonna start up here. I'm gonna go a nice big heart there. Nice big heart there. And to draw a heart, you're gonna go up and down, up and down, like that. So those are my 4 hearts. They don't have to be perfect at all. And then you're gonna take, I have to cut that part. All right, so now that we have the balloons floating, we're gonna need to attach them to his hand. So you're just gonna take a line that goes and connects into his hand and goes a little past it, like that. We're gonna do that with all 4 balloons. Like that, okay? All right, and now we're gonna finish off the details of his hat. So on our little gnome, we have 1 heart here and 1 heart here. It kind of goes off the page, but that's okay. So we're gonna draw a nice big heart right in the middle of his hat, like that. And then we're gonna draw one right on the end. And it's okay if it goes off the board a little bit. All right, so now the fun part, we get to start painting. So we're going to start by mixing some white and some red and painting our background pink, okay? So go ahead and do that. All right, so I put on my apron so I can paint. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of white paint on this plate right here. And I'm gonna take some red, and not a lot because I want this to be a nice light pink. So I'm just gonna add a little bit like that, and I'm gonna mix it up with my brush and paint the whole background. So not the gnome and not the hearts. All right, and I'll come right back. Okay, so now we should have our canvases all painted pink. We are going to go onto the body. So we are going to paint, we are going to paint his body and his arms, not his hands though, and we're gonna paint them red. Alrighty, so now we have our background and the body of our gnome painted. We are going to move on to painting the hat. So we are going to mix our colors again, and we are going to mix red and white, but we're going to put more red and less white. So we have a darker pink, and we are going to paint lines all the way up the hat, okay? They don't have to be even or proportionate. You can make them however you want. So when I'm painting around the heart in the middle, I'm not going to go through it. So I'm going to take my dark pink, I'm going to go all the way up to it, and I'll paint around it, but I'm not going to paint anywhere in here. Okay, so now that I painted my stripes, I'm going to clean off my brush, and I'm going to go in between where it's white, and I'm going to paint them white just to make them really clean and look super nice. Alright, now that we finished painting all the stripes, we're going to paint both hearts that are attached to the hat. So we're going to paint this one and this one, and to paint them, we are going to use our purple paint, okay? So you're going to take your small brush, and you're going to paint those and fill those in, and I'll come right back. So now that we finished painting the hearts, we are going to paint his nose and his hands. So to do that, we need to make brown. So we're going to mix yellow and purple, okay? We use our mad scientist skills here. And we're going to make brown paint, okay? So the more purple you're going to add, the darker the brown will be, and the more yellow you add, the lighter it'll be. So I'm going to make this right in the middle. And I'm going to take my brown, and I'm just going to paint his hands. Okay, so once I finish, I'll come right back. Okay, so now that we painted his nose and his hands brown, we are going to take some black paint and some white paint, and we're going to mix it, and we are going to paint his beard gray, okay? Next step. Okay, so now that we finished his beard, we get onto the fun part, which is painting our heart balloons, okay? Now you can paint them whatever color you want. So in this painting, I did red, pink, dark purple, and light purple. And for this one, I think I'm going to do 2 light purple and 2 red. Okay, so now that we painted our hearts, we are going to take our small brush, and we are going to connect the strings from the balloon down to our little gnome's hand. So I'm just going to take a little bit of black paint, and I'm going to put it on the bottom, and I'm going to connect it all the way down into his hand. So now that I drew the strings, I am going to go ahead, and this is totally optional, and outline everything in black, because I just think it makes it look super nice and clean. Alright, so now that we've finished outlining everything in black, we are done with our gnome. I hope you guys like your painting, and I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Thanks for joining me.